This has been a trip that we've been planning for about a year and a half. As soon as we heard that BMW was having their 100 years celebration in Monterey, being the featured marque for both the Rolex Monterey Motorsports Reunion and Pebble Beach Concours, we knew we had to drive out.
We wanted to highlight how these things are happening out here in California, but the reach and the network really extends throughout the entire country. And being able to find that community anywhere in the country is really something special.
The BMW CCA is the largest single marque club in the world. It also has a kind of passion that isn't replicated everywhere else. I mean, everywhere we went, we met people who were passionate about the marque and passionate about the community. So over the past month, we have driven from Boston, Massachusetts to Monterey, California. We had the wonderful opportunity to do it in a 2016 BMW 640i convertible.
Boston was the kind of natural starting place for us because that's where the BMW Car Club of America was founded.
I can't wait to get out there. The convergence of cars alone is going to be stunning. It's going to be spectacular this year.
It's a car club. Back in the day, no one would think of flying to a car event. You would bring your car to the car event. And that's what we did. Hammering across the country, two-door sedan, trunk stuffed full.
We also stopped by one of the Boston chapter's autocrosses, both of our first time doing an autocross. So being able to really take the car out and test it out, test out the Michelin Pilot Super Sports we have on it and give it a good run, it was really a lot of fun. So then we went to Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, we got to meet up with some old friends of ours from the Allegheny chapter. We know them because we're avid attendees of the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix. Talk about what their plans were for Monterey and be able to meet up with them out here.
We brought some of our club members together, and we actually will have a total of 5 cars from the Pittsburgh and the Allegheny chapter in Monterey for O-Fest. And we also have one of our chapter members who is actually driving his O2 out.
I've been driving old BMW 2002s and been in some way in the club or out of the club on and off for a little over 30 years. My memories of Oktoberfests when I was a kid, I remember playing with Matchbox cars with the sons of other BMW owners. And now I'm friends with those same people and we still all drive 2002s and we still do ridiculous things with them.
Columbus, Ohio, we added to our list because that's where BMW Team RLL has their race shop. And they also keep the BMW USA Classic collection there, and that's where they're all maintained.
For me, I think it's cool that they're not just museum pieces. We take care of the cars here where we take care of the M6 race cars. We have machine shop, paint shop, composite shop. We do complete restorations with the old cars and, just a lot of work to maintain them. But the cool thing is, BMW North America takes them to events where the cars actually go on track, and I think people really like that. I know I do.
Being out past Ohio, we went to St. Louis. St. Louis is an absolutely astounding city. We took an extra day in St. Louis to give ourselves a break, but also to go around and take in some of the scenery. After St. Louis, we wanted to do the quintessential American road trip and do a portion of Route 66.
Route 66 is a pilgrimage that a lot of people make, and they make it to make the drive. Nowhere was the road trip story more important than on Route 66.
Long days, lots of miles, but really something that we're never going to be able to get to do again. After Albuquerque, we actually went north, which is a little bit different than we had been doing for the entire drive, to Pagosa Springs, Colorado, which was where there happened to be a BMW event called Drive Four Corners.
It's the true enthusiasts that come down and have a great social weekend. It's focused on the name, Drive Four Corners. Drive down, drive your vehicle. It doesn't matter how rough it looks, how awesome it looks, how old it is, how new it is. Everyone that comes down here wants to be here, and we have a great event.
We really wanted to try and cross off a bunch of bucket list items with this drive since, we're doing it anyway, we're there, we might as well. So we did Pikes Peak when we were in Colorado. It was absolutely amazing. The scenery of Pikes Peak combined with the fact that it's this gorgeous twisting mountain road, and we're in a red convertible with the top down, so it doesn't get much better than that.
Colorado was this changeover in the trip for us. It was when we met up with the Roads to Monterey tour, and that combined with the varied landscape just in that one state, that really set the tone for the tour.
The entirety of our way out, because we were on such tight schedules, we were doing our own route. So once we hit Boulder, we were able to really share the road with all these BMWs and really create a scene no matter what town we rolled into. When we hit Salt Lake, we realized that we were right next to Bonneville Salt Flats during Speed Week. So we decided that this year, since it was running, since we were there, that's what we had to do. We made it to Lake Tahoe. spent the night there, and then we're off to Sonoma the following day. But once we were in Sonoma, we got to check out the Jim and Gloria Smith collection. These cars are difficult to appreciate because of just how rare they are. I mean, there are things there that, being a BMW enthusiast myself, I wouldn't even know the first thing about. We're with about 70 cars heading down to Monterey from Sonoma, and we stopped just under the Golden Gate Bridge for a quick photo op with about 25-30 of the cars lined up. Being able to drive with so many rare BMWs, it was really something special. We are now in Monterey, California, after having driven out all the way across the country to attend all of the Celebrate BMW festivities here in Monterey.
Everyone that has partnered with us on this tour has been an authentic partner. First and foremost, we had some great support from Michelin. You can go to any club member and see Michelin tires on their cars and see support for the Michelin brand. Much like Michelin, anywhere you go in the club and in the country, you'll find that BMW drivers are running Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline. With all the Sony cameras that we were using, we were able to pick them up under any lighting conditions and just shoot. To have access to equipment like this is really an essential part of capturing this tour and capturing this tour for you guys. When you're driving across country, the hotels are your home. And so on this tour, we were really fortunate to stay in IHG Rewards Club hotels. And one of the great things about that was that we got to really experience all the corners of the IHG Rewards Club brand. This is a drive that celebrates history. It's the history of BMW Group with the 100 years of BMW. It's the history of the BMW CCA, starting from Boston, the founding city of the BMW CCA, and driving to Monterey, California for Car Week. But we realized it was also the story of car culture in the United States.
We've put over 6,000 miles on this car. I mean, we've driven it across the entire country. We've met members from over 20 chapters. So this has given us the opportunity to really see what makes the BMW community, as well as BMW Car Club of America, so special.
It's the people. And I think the more people you ask, the more often you'll get that response.
When I joined in '75, there were like 5,000 members. And the thing that really has caused it to grow is not only the car, but it's the people.
This is probably my 12th or 14th O-Fest. We like being involved with the car club. They're really a core enthusiast to the brand.
What's really neat is you really get a sense of the impact BMW's had on people's lives, whether it's their daily driver, what they've seen when they were a kid, when they came here to watch cars race, what they see us race now, to get to interact with them and talk to them and see how excited people are about the brand. It makes everything we do really worth it, and it makes it really nice to be a part of everything BMW does.
You know, we're all BMW enthusiasts, and we all know that, you know, BMWs want to be driven. Whether you drove it cross country or whether you drove it from closer by, you know, the ultimate dream is to just, you know, drive in your own car and attend it and just say, well, you know, we did it and we drove cross country, and that's what really BMWs are all about. To be, you know, we like them on the lawn and we like to look at them and we like to polish them, but you know, we all bought them because we love to drive.